anyway because of the Windows update. It's Windows because it's loading stuff off the disk. The disks on this machine are just really quite slow. Right. Roseville Yardmaster to Southern Pacific Extra 6358 East. You are cleared out of Roseville as of 11:07 or earlier. You'll be routed via the lower gradient track number 2. Yardmaster out. You will have to manage your own switches while in Roseville. Well, let's check our switches then. That one. That seems to route us in the right general direction. I'm getting about 23 FPS, it's not terrible. Good, everything's working. It's a horn. No idea what the real F7 has got actually on it. We appear to have the highball. Oops. What's at the rear? I think we've got another ABA at the back. Oh, no, we've made it think. There you go. Yeah, we've got another ABA at the back. So we've got an ABBA at the front and an ABA at the back. Kind of nervous I'm not seeing a signal. Oh, there it is over there. No. Going that way, we're going this way. We have the road. That signal was for me, okay. That's what I was getting confused for. If the lag is too bad for folks, then I can just stop streaming until I get a better machine. I mean, I'm quite happy to do that as well. I'll leave that up to you guys' hands. I can stream with this machine or not stream until I get a new machine. Or faster machine. Whistle. Morning. See you later, Phil. Thanks for the scenario. Turning the game quality down won't really help Stargate King because the problem is getting the data off the hard drive. It's just got slow hard drives. I imagine this machine would actually run a lot better if I put SSD in it. Well, I don't think it's that bad either, Mad Drop Bear. I mean, this is I know of machines that run the game significantly less well than this, so I think this is not bad at all. Certainly better than my own personal machine runs the game. These F7s are on the marketplace. You need to own the Great Northern Empire Builder pack. in order to be able to use it, and then it comes. There's a number of different F7 packs. .35 limit now. I missed that. Cheers, turn 1. Can you get a Class 350 in TS? You certainly can, Stargate King. It's a 350/1, I think. The London Midland version. Trainboy says this is the right horn. Oh, well, there you go then. It sounds alright. It loops correctly. You can do a short horn on it. So, I have to say my initial thoughts, as long as it's the right type of horn, is I think it sounds great. Skywatcher64. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Am I using virtual reality? No, I'm using Track IR, Dusty Umbrian, which is this sort of antenna thing up here. It's got LEDs on it. That there's a camera up there watching, and then it tracks it and puts the movements in the game. See what this next signal is. Oh yeah, you don't need to get the route. If a loco says it, all it does is a loco comes with scenarios for a route. If you don't want to run the scenarios, you don't need to own the route. The locos you can use quick drive or make your own scenarios. It's PTG Rail. Long time no see, my friend. I hope all is well with you at university. Yeah, it's in Trent Valley, Amarillo, that's right. Stargate King, the 450 is third rail, the 350 is overhead, but they're completely different models. They kind of look very similar, but they've been modelled entirely differently. Going via Rocklin. Lots of crossings in this route. I'm not sure why the bell isn't turning on, but I did press the B key. Didn't see a whistle blow for that because I was outside checking the bell. There's the Right, 50 limit, cutting the power to drop for the limit. Amtrak, I don't install anything that's not straight from Steam, so that whenever anyone watches what I'm doing, they're hearing it exactly the same way they'll hear it when they get it, when they buy it. Otherwise, what will happen is someone will look at this and they'll say, "Oh, that sounds really good," or whatever, and then when they buy it, it might not sound the same, and they'll be confused as to what's going on. And if they then don't have the ability to make the changes, and a lot of people don't, then it almost feels like misrepresenting the product. Because I work for Dovetail, I'm sticking to what's actually on Steam, which I don't think is that bad personally at all, far from it. I know they're free Amtrak 109, that's not the reason. Going up the grade now, we're on 1.5%. Stargate King, if you want an AI train to go second, set the departure time after the departure time of the player train, and set the priority lower than the player train. That should do it. If you manually set the departure times, then you should find it's in a better place. Turning into man. Amarillo is junior master overspeed. Someone just asked what my favourite bit of Donna Pass is. I don't really have a favourite bit, I think it's all good. I've heard people saying, oh, it's a bit simplistic. It doesn't look simplistic to me, this looks really good. PTG, yeah, the Southern Pacific red and grey F7 is really, really nice. It's actually subtly different as well. I mean, it proves the old thing. One of the sort of the sayings we have is that there's no such thing as a reskin, because it needed model changes to get the red lining in so that it's not blurry. So if you look at it, it's not blurry, it doesn't all pixelate out, which you can't do without model changes. Plus it's also got the ice breakers on the top. So there's a number of customizations been made to the model to get it to the right level of quality. British Sniper, do you use a train in the route created in the store? Do you have to buy it to use it? Yes, you do. Yes. Moggy, isn't this the F7 from Horseshoe Curve? No, there is an F7 from Horseshoe Curve, and it's kind of the same base model, but this one is actually based on the F7 Empire Builder pack, because that had a few changes on top of it. the guys did a number of packs at the same time. I don't know whether some of them got released or not, but one of the best ones was the big sky blue pack, because that one had the with the freight pilot on it, with the passenger pilot on it in a different loco. It had with the dynamic brakes on it. It had the the heating unit on it in different ones, because there were 2 locos supplied in that, which was good. Yes, the Empire Builder pack probably is invisible now. You're right, Moggy. That's a shame, because it's a BNSF pack, isn't it? That view. Yes, BNSF. This is significant. I mean, the guys basically decided to scrap the route and rebuild it. So the upgrade to Donner Pass was a brand new route, and they did a stunning job of it. I mean, it really is good. The original Donner Pass, yeah, it wasn't up to scramble, and that's why they decided to rebuild it. Struggling to maintain speed at the moment. These wagons are a bit quiet. You see, Amtrak Lover, if you've just got the big Skyway passenger car pack from Rolex America, then you're missing all the model changes that were done on the marketplace version. It's got custom model versions of the locos. And I think the small model changes done to the coaches as well. ABA coming up the back. Pause while it catches up with the scenery. BNSF, how long did it take to rebuild this? The same time a normal route takes. I think the team worked on it for 3 or 4 months. Which is an awful lot of work. When was the route rebuilt, Amtrak? Oh, a couple of 3 years, at least a couple of years ago. Train conductor. This is meant to be a heritage scenario, so this is running back, back in the days of the F7s. So the caboose would be seen, and I suspect the ABA is actually a banking set, which means the caboose would be there normally at the rear of the train. Hey there, Dusty Umbrian, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Coming up on Tunnel 17. BNSF, yes, this was included in TS 2014, yeah. The upgrade was given out free to everyone that owned Donner Pass, so everyone's got this. No one's got the old one anymore. Right, coming into the tunnel. Moggy, yeah, Big Sky Blue is another Great Northern livery, which is another BNSF. So it would have gone. Cheers, train conductor. Have a fun day at school. I thought there was Whistleport's PTG rail. I'm pretty sure there are great chunks of it that are quiet zones though, so it's bells only. Oh, apparently, yeah. You're just supposed to know. Alright. We seem to have got some of the speed back up again. We're up to 41 point. In fact, we're actually slowly accelerating. So we're on a 1.5% grade now. Cheers, Amarillo. You now have a whole wooden hut and a wooden shield to hide behind. Bluminette, you're doing really well. I'm struggling. I've no idea how long the Donna Pass is. I mean, the route is 150 something miles, I think. Coming up on Newcastle. Long way down there. Still got the high ball. Track is about to level off. Yeah, we took a detour somewhere, fringe styling. We ended up on the east coast of the UK. After the tunnel, there is a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Speaking of the tunnel, that would appear to be it. Just had fights between Spectrum and C64 owners, yeah, except the C64 owners always lost, obviously. External HDD, I've got everything that's on Steam. I've got, so if you find scenarios you want me to run, then you just have to drop them into the scenario box, and I will put them on the form, and I will get them played at some point. Oh, that light keeps going out. Spectrum for the win. You've got it right, car. Absolutely. Oh, there's the 25. Yeah, I remember the magazines Mad Drop Bear with the code in them. I used to type them all in. Well, friend Starling, have a great time and safe journeys, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Can you use Academy Locos and Route Creator? You certainly can. You can use Academy Locos any way you like, British Sniper. Yeah, you'd have to type the code in, and then you'd realise it doesn't work, and then you wait for the following week, and then there'd be a bunch of other updates with all the fixes in it to make it work. It's like, would it be so hard to have tested this before you printed the magazine? We'll get speed back up to a proper line speed again shortly. Got to wait for the entire train to come out of it. Oh, we've got a 50 limit. Speed up. Where are we going? We are going to Colfax. Amtrak Lover, if anything has ever been on Steam, I've got it. So yes, I have the P42 pack. BRCW, the Sky Blue is in there because it's in the marketplace for the Southern Pacific version. Right, we're accelerating again now. That's better. If you have a look on Marketplace on the in-game store and see whether you can see them in there. What is Trains versus Zombies? It was a bit of fun. The first one was based on the Great Western Main Line, and it's sort of a little bit of insanity. Second one is based on the Northeast Corridor. A sky going green and raining bad things and people climbing over carriages, and it was silly, but it was good fun. First one was really popular, second one not so much. Only F1 is the DRGW in the market. So in that case, I've got no idea where the Southern Pacific F7's gone. Then it may have been taken off because of the limitations of the other one. Mad Drop Bear, it depends on the controller that you want to use. I mean, if you're looking at using the ESU controller, the $1,200, yeah, that's what you're going to pay. But if you get the NCE Power Cab, you're going to pay a lot less than that. And if you get the Hornby Elite, that's going to be a lot less than that. The Dynamis isn't a bad system. It's not my favourite, but it's not bad. The NCE Power Cab is one of my favourites. That's quite a nice unit. Lens is good, but it's quite expensive. But yeah, if you're looking for a simple low-end system, then Mad Drop Bear, I would say go have a look at the NC Power Cab and see how you get on with it. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Digitrax 7, Jeff, but it's just not a system I've invested in. Like I said, I've got the Hornby Elite, got the Dynamis, got the Lens system. We've got the NCE Power Cab. Just haven't gone as far as getting a Digitrax, but yeah, they look good. They look very good. They've got some really nice innovations as well that are unique to them. But sadly, I prefer standard DCC stuff. But they have certainly done some good innovation. I'm writing some model railway control software very slowly, which you've seen if you've ever seen my model railway streams, or my dad's model railway streams, when we do weekend streaming. I was going to, that's why I've got all the different systems, so that I can make my software work with them. And I was going to make it work with Digitrax, but they're a weird company to deal with, because I have to license the API. Whereas everyone else, they just give you it, and I couldn't get them to license it to me. They just wouldn't answer my emails. Once they did answer my emails wanting more information, then they stopped answering them again. So to be honest, I kind of gave up. It was just too hard to deal with them. Whereas ESU responded right back with all the help I could ever want. NCE, I think their API is all public. Lens, it's all public. Elite, it's all public. Well, Elite, I guess, because it looks like it works. It's basically based on the Lens system. How's the Minecraft streams going, External HDD? They are going very well indeed, actually. Thank you. Why are some of the add-ons as much as the game? Because the game is cheap, not because the add-ons are necessarily expensive. The game is cheap. I mean, there's a lot of work goes into each of the add-ons, and essentially the game is a bundle deal, so you get it at a discount price, quite heavily discounted. The way to think about the core game is it's TS 2016 is 3 routes plus 3 loco packs. I think, is that right? I can't remember. Let's just call it 3 routes and just be on the safe side. That's 75 quid's worth, and you're getting them for, I think, I can't remember, $34.99 or $29.99, I think, Train Sim. So it's more that the game is cheap rather than the add-ons are expensive. ESU and Loxone are both really good. Yeah, ESU is very good. I've not got any of their kit, except for the Dynamis is actually based on the ESU kit. We use some ESU decoders. We've got Lock Sound decoders. We've got Lock Pilot decoders. We've got Lens decoders. We've got NCE. We've got TCS decoders. All sorts. All sorts. It's 4 routes. Oh, the Steam Edition's actually 4, isn't it? Yeah, so it's 100 quid's worth. Have we got a link to the weekend stream on your model railway? I don't. I can't think of what the YouTube link would be. There's not a lot already on there. If you go to hitbox.com/hitbox.tv/OMR, I think there's some stored footage on there. So have a look at that. See how you, but there's not a lot. It's all expired now. The next operating weekend is going to be, I think, around Easter, and that'll all be streamed up. Amtrak Lover, did you know that you can look up your rail driver to model train out? Yeah, in fact I've written software to do just that quite a long time ago actually. And I've got speech control on the layout, I've got joystick control, all sorts of things so I can drive the layout. That's rather a nice bit. Yeah, the K1's beautiful, isn't it, Mad Drop Bear? Highly recommend that one to anyone interested in Steam. Up the power a bit now that we've pressed at the top of this. Still got high ball, we're doing good. I need mind control on the layout. I'm actually making some little handheld wireless controllers based on Raspberry Pis. With touch screens on them. They're effectively, I mean, they're running Linux, and they have a little user interface on them, and they connect back to my software, so that we've got these little handheld controllers. They're really good actually when they work. Ridecart, you're more than welcome to stream Train Sim with the TSL background music. I would request that you put a credit at the end of the stream or something, or at least in the description, for just to credit Duo Astral Plane for the music. It's their music, it's not ours or mine. It's they wrote it and should get full credit for it. But yes, feel free to stream with it. Cheers, external HDD. See you, Moricom. Coming up at Bowman. Is G-Track Simulation still around? Technically, the guy that ran G-Track Simulations is now. His last major project was the Chicago racetrack, which he did with the main lead on that project. He joined some way through and did a ton of work on it. So yes, I mean, that wasn't under the G-Tracks banner, but it was. It's the same person. British Sniper at Colfax, you should always have a key. If you haven't got a key, you don't own Train Simulator. The disc is basically no use without the key. Struggling with the HUD version of the FEF bogging. Man up. Come on. Advanced version. I actually find some of the times the HUD versions are actually harder. Train boy, should you add another siding to your layout? Why not? Go for it. Log car or a box car. Well, you could put both on, because the box car will carry your presents and the log car will carry Christmas tree bits. Still got the high ball. Clip a gap next. "10 miles to Colfax." Is the control API on the Raspberry Pi? I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Trainco. I use the Raspberry Pi to drive the model railway, and it talks back to my server software, and then that talks to the DCC model railway systems. I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't use the model Raspberry Pis and write them to replace. You could do a version of these screens with the Raspberry Pi. That would work. You'd have to write all the code for it, but it would work. Or you could do touchscreen controls for the game. You could do anything you like, really. Certainly all possible if you've got the skills. I like the Raspberry Pi, it's lovely and versatile. Yeah, so Mr. Traincar, basically I've written my own Python code that runs on the Raspberry Pi, opens a connection over the network wirelessly back to my main server software, and it will then need to basically pass instructions back based on what you tell it to do, and the server software talks to Lens or NCE or whatever it's connected to. British Sniper, yes, there should be a code inside the case. Because really you don't need the disk, all you need to do is fire up Steam, type in the code of product, activate a product, type in the code and let it download it. You don't really need the disk. Yeah, check the disk as well. There should be a code somewhere on the package somewhere, usually inside it. And if you haven't got that code, then you need to go back to the seller and double check what they've given you. We level out there, so I've cut the power until while we coast up onto the next grade. The last time I sort of looked inside the box, it was on the plastic, effectively above the CD, or below it. Tunnel 28, not far to Colfax now. It's picking up speed again because we've actually dropped a relatively level section on this track, but that will let me gain speed back up because we're running a bit slow at the moment. Nope, back on the grade again now, 2% this time. Nice one, Jeep fan. Enjoy. Yeah, Moggy, if you're generating too much steam, if you close the dampers, the fire will cool down a bit and you'll generate less steam. But if you need to, if you haven't got anything less than the sort of a full boiler of water, then throwing water in with injectors is definitely the best way of killing your boiler pressure. Right, we're levelling out. If you whistle, will you cool down the fire? No. Open up the firebox, great. Right, now we're going to speed up again. Cheers, Amtrak. Amtrak, I don't think it's a particular part of the route that it crashes on. I don't know, I can't remember. Sharp rise up here until we get to the next flat. Try and get up to the speed limit before we get to the next rise. Tunnel 30 is in 1.5 miles. Still highballing it. Right, we're about to hit tunnel 30 on the rise. This looks like another fairly sharp one. Power up. Next waypoint is Colfax, where we are stopping. We'll give it a minute down to 2 miles and then we'll check the blue path. We're going to have to hold you at Colfax for traffic crossing over to track 1. Bring your head end up to the east signal. Two miles just about. Let's have a quick look and see where we're actually routed. Yep, coming into the right place. Bob Box, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. What's that whistle board? Oopsie. Still highballing. Power, we're stopping in 1.5 miles. Mog, you gotta drop out of stream to view link. No! Under a mile. Let's let gravity have a bit of an effect on our train. Hey there, Neil. Welcome. Got 2 short scenarios after this. Stinger Strike, my favourite train en route. I don't know. Probably Riviera in the 50s and anything on that route. The FEF3 is probably my favourite American steamer. The 3F is probably one of my favourite British steamers. I like steam, what can I say? Right, we're coming up to, rolling up to this signal. It's got to be the advanced version though, Moggy. Hydra cushion. Put the brakes on. It's close enough. Okay, so that is that scenario, which is SPFs to Colfax by Plymouth Railblazer. Take a break while the westbound arrives. Quite enjoyed that, it's a nice run. Donna Pass is nice to that. Reasonably straightforward scenario, and you get a nice, quite enjoyable run on it. Okay, so that's 3 scenarios done. Number 4. So these are a couple of short scenarios just to set expectations appropriately. Northern Star is next.